Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peterisms. And today I decided to bring back Boo Radley. Do you see him back there? Because so many people yesterday loved that he was in the video, and Tucker doesn't really like to be in videos, so when I try to grab him, he like comes up here for 2 seconds and then he jumps down. But Boo Radley actually does like to be in videos from time to time. He's sitting up here on the chair. It's so cute. And I'm in a really good mood today, and it's kind of about something that I was thinking about this morning when I got up, and it was something that I talked about in my main channel video today, but just kind of referenced shortly. And I think it is something that if you start saying to yourself as kind of a ritual on a daily basis, it can really change your perspective of how you see the world. And it was said to me several years ago by a good friend of mine, and I would see her every day at meetings. And when we would part ways, she would always say to me, I love this so much. She would say to me, have an awesome day unless you have other plans. Have an awesome day unless you have other plans. And basically what that means is have the best day you possibly can have unless you're going to choose to have a shitty day, unless you're going to allow something to come in the way of your light, you know? If you're going to allow something to darken your mood or make your day worse. And I think it's a really important perspective to have in life. You know, I truly, truly believe that life is a gift, and I said this in my other video. Every day that I wake up and I am not underneath the ground and I'm still breathing is a good day, okay? And life to me is a gift, and each day is a gift. And we're gonna have really bad days. We're gonna have shitty days, okay? We are gonna have days that we just don't think that we can move on. I have recently noticed kind of a trend. I gotta move my flip-flops. I've noticed a trend in some of the comments on my videos on this one where people will say things to me like, I just can't move on. I don't know what to do. And I can tell that in their messages, they feel very stuck. And I don't really know what to say to that other than I've been there, right? And the first piece is awareness. When you realize that you're stuck and you don't know how to move on, that's the first piece. And I think for me, I had to be willing to say, now Pee-Pee is scratching and digging his hole just like Pee-Pee was doing, or Boo Radley was doing a second ago. I think that was the first piece for me, was when I had to wake up at times in my life. And it wasn't just by getting sober. It's happened to me many times. It happened to me about 6 months after my mom passed away. You know, it didn't happen right when my mom passed away. I was numb for a while. But when I kind of came out of that and I was like, I don't really know how to move on and I don't want to do this anymore. What is this? Boo. And I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to feel this way anymore. I don't want to be emotionally stuck, you know? And I want to have emotional well-being. I want to have emotional sobriety in my life and feel better about myself. And Boo Radley, I think we've dug enough today. So, he's so cute. I was going to do a video about unconditional love because I wake up every day to these 3 pups and an amazing husband that are just always there for me. And to live a life where every day you wake up with this completely unconditional love, that is a gift, because not everybody has that, is... Do you hear that? It's amazing. And it's the little small things like that, like digging a hole behind me on the couch. I mean, he's digging a hole to sleep in, right? Like, that cracks me up. And I think it's just so sweet. I love that so much. But anyway, you know, I think at points in my life when I look back on them and I was so distraught and I couldn't move on and I was so stuck, at those moments, I had to say, okay, I had to be very, very aware of what he is going crazy behind me. I had to be very, very, I'm sorry, you guys, I shouldn't have brought him up for this video, but he wanted to be in it. I don't know what to say. At those moments where I was very distraught and I felt like I couldn't move on just one more day, the awareness was the piece that started it all for me, right? When I could look at that and I could say, hey, you know what? Like, I'm in a bad place and I need to start moving forward. The awareness was step 1. Step 2 was figuring out what I was going to do before I took action. And that can be, you know, saying, I need to reach out to somebody. I need to get professional help. I need to... you know, ask a friend of mine if they know anybody that can help me. I need to go to a 12-step program. I need to go to treatment. That's step 2, okay? The willingness. The decision in your mind that you're going to go do something. But step 3, and this, I'm not talking about a 12-step program here. I'm just talking about steps. Step 3 is the action, okay? So the awareness, I just want people to know this by leaving a comment on my video and saying, I don't know how to get past one more day, is huge, okay? That is a huge step in the right direction. Don't give up. Huge. To sit in your misery and say, I'm in pain, to be able to see that and also recognize that you no longer want to be there is a huge, huge step in the right direction, because there are a lot of people out there, and a lot of us know them, that are miserable and hateful and angry on a daily basis, and they have no self-awareness whatsoever. They have no awareness that they are miserable. They have no awareness that they are affecting people around them. They have no awareness of any of that stuff, right? Awareness is step one. Step two is figuring out what you're going to do and having the willingness to maybe do something. And step three is actually taking the action. And that's really, really hard, right? But once you get through that, and once you get to that part and you realize, just like I've used this analogy before, that it's very much like, you know, taking a road trip and you see these black clouds in the horizon and you can tell it's going to start pouring like rain. And you're like, oh, should I pull over? Should I pull over? But you're like, no, I'm just going to go through it, right? That's the awareness piece, okay? Step two, the willingness to do what it takes, is driving through the storm, white knuckling it, and being like, I need to pull over, I need to pull over, and you're seeing cars pull over, and you're seeing other cars, you know, go that way, and you're like, I just can't go another minute, I can't go another minute. And then step three is driving your ass through the storm, right through the storm to the other side. And when you get to the other side and you look in the rearview mirror, what you see is the black clouds. What you see ahead of you is a beautiful, you know, sun and blueness, and you're like, oh my God, I made it to the other side. How did I ever make it to the other side, you know? And then when you get to the other side, you need to A, be an example of what that journey is like for other people to know that I made it through that, right? And B, you need to get up every morning and say to yourself, if I have an awesome day today, that is defined by me, nobody else. I decide what kind of day I have today. I decide what my life is going to look like on a daily basis. This is no dress rehearsal, okay? This is it for us. And if you allow somebody else or some organization or some situation in your life to own you, then you are giving away your life to somebody else. And I'm not willing to do that in my life today, you know? I've been through so many situations in my life in the last 45 years where, you know, whether it was me growing up and being bullied and like just giving away my enjoyment, I missed out on a lot of school, you know? I never went to games, I never went to dances, I never went to any of that stuff because I didn't want to be spotlighted. I was terrified, right? I almost didn't go through my own graduation. Had my parents not pushed that on me, I wouldn't go. I didn't go to a college campus because I didn't know what that was like and I was scared because this fear was inside of me. And, you know, like that's what happened with my drug use and my alcohol use. And then I got sober, and then other fears came along of like my first job and starting that, and then every promotion that I got, you know, I'd be like, oh, I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't do it, and I'd be afraid, right? And fear was leading all of that. To the point now where, yes, I have healthy fears in my life. I think we all should. And I think we should acknowledge those healthy fears, but not in a way that we're willing to hand over our life to that fear and allow it to control who we are and what our life looks like. Life is a gift. And every day that I wake up, I say to myself, today I choose to have an awesome day. Yes, some shit is probably going to go down just like it does every other day. But what does my shit look like in comparison to somebody that has it 100 times worse than I do? Have a good day, unless you guys have other plans. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.